My name is Dr. Jeff Warren. I was born in Abingdon, Virginia, which is up in the mountains. I grew up in a small mill town called Salisbury, North Carolina, in the Piedmont section of North Carolina. Graduated Salisbury High School. Went to Yale University where I got a BA in sociology and proceeded from there to Duke University for my medical degree. After which I went to Columbia Presbyterian where I did a flexible surgical medical internship and then served 3 years in the Public Health Corps working in Jamaica, Queens and at Rikers Island where I was the surgical attending in a new emergency medicine program and a medical officer at Rikers Island. After that, I spent a year and traveled around the world with my wife and came back and got my emergency medicine training in New York and came to Memphis and did my family medicine training at UT Memphis Baptist College. I taught at UT for 2 years as a faculty member and then went into private practice where I've been practicing as primary care specialist since 1992.
And how long have you been in your position?
I've been elected since January 1st of this year. I was elected in the election in October. Prior to this, I'd served 8 2/3 years on the Memphis City School Board and the Shelby County School Board. I think Elvis said it best when people asked him why he liked Memphis, what he liked best about Memphis. And he said everything. And one of the things we've got going on in Memphis is we have just amazing talent when it comes to music. We have incredible artists. The College of Art for years graduated numerous people who are now very prominent in business. The head of creativity at Archer Malmo, one of our major advertising agencies, is a College of Art graduate. You think about food. We have incredible barbecue and great Southern food. You also think about strife, and you think about, how Memphis has personified our nation's battle with trying to overcome the evils of slavery and from our inception. And if you look at how Memphis is set up today, you can see history and every problem that we have, but you can also see people who are actively trying to make sure that we're battling the demons of our past to try to make things right for our citizens. One of the things that I've noticed about the negative stereotypes of Memphis is the vast majority of people that have negative stereotypes of Memphis are people who have grown up here and never been anywhere else. I moved to Memphis from New York City, and I grew up in North Carolina. I was born in Virginia. I chose to stay here, and I love it because I've got a great neighborhood. I have a great public school. My kids all got to go to a really good public school and got into great colleges. I go for a walk every day, and my wife walks every day in the park. My kids grew up on the street knowing our neighbors. We're able to get to a Grizzly game. We're able to get downtown. You're able to get to restaurants. It's not hard to do. It's a very livable city, and it's a great place. People who are down on it tend to be people who are from Memphis that don't realize that every city has crime, and every city has occasional corruption in government or problems with that. Every city's public education program has been decimated by resegregation that occurred with the private schools. So it's not like Memphis is unique in these problems, but we are looking at them and trying to address them. And, in my mind, I think because of our size, we have a better chance of actually making progress than some of the even larger cities that are more entrenched in their social issues. I think the thing that I really enjoy about Memphis is that it feels like a big small town. Okay, everyone seems to know everybody, and if they don't, they know someone that knows them. You have to be really careful about what you say because you may be talking to that person's cousin or second cousin or some in-law. So even though we're a big city, we're really a small town, and that to me, growing up in a small town in North Carolina, makes me not feel like such a rube. Living in New York was a little bit harder. I was a small town kid going to New York never quite fit in there. I feel like Memphis is a place that has easily become my home. I think the average person tends to not understand how the vast majority of people in Memphis are really great people, hardworking, upstanding, and the kids who've suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder and systemic poverty and systemic racism that are out killing each other sort of make us look like we're the Wild Wild West, when in actuality we have a small number of kids that really need more intervention with our police department and social services to keep them from murdering each other, and allow us to be able to take those areas that are just decimated and in generational poverty and move the needle there as far as growth and economic activity and safety. Obviously, we have Graceland, but we also have Stacks. We have this incredible musical heritage where we sort of brought the blues out of the Delta and made rock and roll here in Memphis. I don't care whether they put the museum in Cleveland or Akron or wherever it is. Those of us who live in Memphis know that Memphis is where rock and roll and the blues started and actually expanded to the world from here. I want us to actually have the COVID virus contained. I want Memphis to be the city that did it, that was able to get through this epidemic without major loss of life or major loss of most businesses, to where when we're on the other side of this, we can jumpstart our economy. And I want to be remembered as the doctor who looked at urban violence as a disease process to be treated and cured, as opposed to something to be stamped out like a bug. Now, this is not people that you go squish and make it better. These are people that need to be cured and helped and treated of this disease of urban violence to make Memphis a better place. Imagine what Memphis would be like if every neighborhood in our city was equally safe. Think about what that would mean for economic development, kids playing in the streets, property values. We've got a whole lot of property in a whole lot of neighborhoods. If they were equally as safe as some of our gated neighborhoods, the economic boom we're going to get after COVID would be unreal. Memphis got shooters.